How are we all? Good, good. Are we recording? Oh, we are. It's the pre-interview, genuine, yeah, off-the-cuff moment sort of thing. Okay.
How do you feel ahead of your first race?
How do I feel? Oh, mate, I tell you what, I'm about as nervous as a Ferrari strategist right now, but, you know, it'll be good to get out there, see what we have. We've worked hard, and, who knows, maybe we could nick a point. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Haas F1. It is kicking Haas time. We are at the Bahrain Grand Prix and about to take charge of our first race. So let's go and have a look here of our performance targets and see exactly what it is we want to try and do today. The Bahrain circuit, if you're unfamiliar with it, you can see there, as you would imagine in the desert, I can't move the mouse without it without things moving. There's the circuit map. You can see sector 1 in the red, blue is sector 2 and sector 3 is the yellow. You can see there it's a relatively high-speed circuit, but those red slow sections suggest you're going to need some traction as well. Car attributes, we can see there what you should have and what you need to have, and time considerations. Safety car, so there's a 100% chance of a safety car of some description. Yeah, I mean, we'll bear that in mind for strategies. We've got all this sort of fun stuff here, and the previous race results don't really apply because it's not in the game, is it? So, reach Q2 is I think a fair enough qualifying target. I don't really know what to expect. Fastest lap seems a little bit much. Let's go for a finishing position instead of a fastest lap. I would like to think top 12 is doable, so we'll go with that, and guaranteed qualifying incentive for the top 14. We should be able to do that as well. Hopefully, even with both cars, but we'll see how we get on with that. So that's our performance target set. Everything is as it was with the cars. Nothing gets changed there. Of course, a reminder, we have Logan Sargent as our reserve driver. I don't think I'm going to give Sargent any FP1 time for this one. I think we just need to settle in and figure out the car, and then after a couple of races, we can start and put him in for Mick Schumacher. We can see here weather forecast is basically dry, as you would expect in the desert. So what I think we're going to do, this is obviously a new game to me, as it is for everybody. I'm going to need a little bit of feedback from you guys as to exactly what you want the episodes to look like. We want to try and keep them around about the half-hour mark, ideally. So I think what we're going to try and do is I'm going to do free practice off camera, and then we'll come back and we'll sort of review free practice and see how we've done. So I'll see you soon. Okay, so free practice is completed. You can see we almost nailed a perfect setup, so that should be fine. Track acclimatization. Mick Schumacher actually got the grips with things a little bit quicker, mainly because I just found his setup quicker than I found Magnussen, so he's got more time on track. And the car, they're getting not too bad, I don't think, for the first race of the season. So let's go and have a look now at qualifying. And we're going to want to go out on soft, so that's all absolutely fine. So let's get this underway. All right, so we will send them out both relatively early, leave a little bit of a gap here so that they're not right behind each other. And here we go. Look at those Haas's coming out on track. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. All right, so coming around to start his lap in Q1, we have Mick Schumacher. Now, Magnussen finished in the top 10 in free practice 3, so he should be quite comfortably out of this. Mick Schumacher has been sort of around 15th, 16th, 17th, so he is the one that's under pressure here. Actually, let's go over here so we can see the sector times for both of them. I'm expecting Magnussen, no problems to get through, like I say, but we're on board here with Mick Schumacher, and he is the one that I'm a little bit more concerned about. So let's see what sort of time he can put up here. And hopefully it's a good one, obviously. So far, so good, it seems. No obvious mistakes. He's done a purple first sector. He's actually gone faster than Magnussen in that first sector. So that is promising. If Magnussen's free practice times are relatively, going to show up to be accurate in, maybe not the best exit there, but if they're going to show up to be accurate in terms of qualifying as well, then the fact that Mick Schumacher is faster means we should have two cars, no problems, into Q2. And we might even have a sneaky bit of two cars into Q3, but that's getting a bit greedy, isn't it? Let's see what he can do here to finish off the lap. Okay, I mean, he's purple to start with because he's the first car doing a lap. Magnussen is now going faster, so perhaps Mick has done a good first sector and it's gone a little bit downhill from there. So let's go and see what sort of time he's done. It's looking as though it's going to be something around a 132, 133. It's a 133.0. Magnussen, he's about to cross the line. He has done a 130. He's slower. So Mick Schumacher is the faster of the Haases. All right, so we're coming around. We're on board with Magnussen now. You can see Mick Schumacher is there in 11th. Magnussen in 13th is the one under pressure. Now, if you look in the drop zone right now, Perez is there. You'd imagine something's gone wrong there. He's going to jump up, as is Bottas. Now, Guan Yu Zhou in the sister Alpha is in 9th. So again, you'd imagine that he's going to do better. So it's Magnussen is the one that is under pressure, because if those two guys do jump ahead of him, that puts him 15th and at risk. So K-Mag needs to pull out a lap for us here. Let's have a look at the first sector time. It'll come up in just a second here. And he's faster, but not fastest, as you would probably expect. You'll see even on the mini-map there that we got out in lots and lots of clean air. We are going to be the first to do our last lap, which isn't ideal. But we do have that clean air, which I think is important. Hopefully we're not going to come across traffic at the end of the lap here. Both drivers are faster. I mean, K-Mag should be at least as fast as Mick Schumacher. So you'd like to think so anyway. And of course we just need to make sure we're not in the bottom 5. Beyond that, it doesn't matter where we are in this session. Though obviously we'll have an idea of where we could look to qualify based off of how everybody does here. And yellow flag could help us. Both drivers are green through the second sector as K-Mag gets ready to come across the line. What has he done? Has he done enough to push himself up closer to that top 10? Latifi is locked up, and Magnussen has gone P7. Nice lap for K-Mag, and Mick Schumacher will come across the line momentarily. Here he comes, and what is he going to do? Mick Schumacher goes P10, so both Haas's in the top 10. Let's see how that finishes up, though, for us. So, unfortunately, the Mick Schumacher time wasn't enough. He has qualified P16. K-Mag has got himself in the top 10, so that's promising. He goes through to the next session, and if he can sort of match that, then we'll have a car in Q3. But that's it. Mick will start P16 for the race. Okay, so we are coming around with a minute to go in Q2. Now, K-Mag is sitting 10th. He did a run on a used set of tyres, so there should be time to find. But we are in traffic. He does have a decent gap, though, to the car in front. Not completely sure who that is, but we're underway. Let's see if we can start off our Haas career with a Q3 appearance, which would be very nice. Now, if we can manage to pull this off, we will have saved a set of tyres for Q3, which will mean we can have 2 runs on fresh tyres. So that's the risk that I've taken, assuming that if he was already in the top 10, so we're going to trust K-Mag to be able to do that again. He's gone green in the first sector. Now, of course, he should be green. He should be faster on fresh tyres. The question is going to be here. Oh, he's gone a little bit too much on the curb there, has he? The question is going to be, is he going to be fast enough than those behind us? Now, he has 3/10 about on Tsunoda in 11th. I'm a little bit concerned Guan Yu Zhou's time, 2.5 seconds from the leader, that's not representative, is it? And Bottas is up there in 4th. So he's going to need to possibly get ahead of Alonso. So he needs 2/10 over Alonso to do that. Checkered flag is out. We knew this was going to be the last run, though. You can see from the mini-map that we're about halfway through the field here. So the first car is going to cross the line momentarily. And we've got an Alpha in front of us. I don't know which one. Sainz has gone fastest. Magnussen has set 2 green sectors. Still, we are sitting in the top 10. And McLaren crosses the line. We're ahead of Norris. We are down. We're out. Ocon is ahead of us. Are we going to put ourselves back inside the top 10? Come on, K-Mag. He has just done it. Now we have to sit and wait. Guan Yu Zhou is going to be the one, isn't he? Him or Ricciardo could knock us out. Here comes Guan Yu Zhou. Ricciardo's about to cross the line. Has he done enough? No. Only Guan Yu Zhou can ruin our afternoon. Don't do it, Guan Yu. Don't do it. Oh, he hasn't. We've snuck in. Look at the margin. So there is the top 10. K-Mag, just look at them. Jeez, just got inside the top 10. So that would suggest the points are on the cards here. Let's go and do Q3. All right, so K-Mag coming around. Final run in Q3. He has done a run on fresh tyres. 9th fastest. Hamilton is behind us, but again, you suspect that's not a representative time. He's over a second off his teammate. We are first to do the final lap, which is not what the textbook says you should be trying to do, but here we are. Let's see if he can go green in the first sector. We need about a 10th, and then we're sort of on the back of Bottas and Alonso, 2 tenths really. Do we have that in the car? He's gone faster in the first sector. That's promising. Let's have a look and see what he can do second sector. Actually, you know what we might do? We can go up here and have a look at sector times somewhere, can't we? See who's doing what sectors. That's better. We should have been doing that to start with. So, Perez is going faster. Bottas is going faster through the first sector, and Verstappen's gone purple. So, not that many cars are going faster. Now, Hamilton hasn't started his last lap as of yet, or has he? No, he's coming around to the first timing thing now. So, let's see what Hamilton has done. K-Mag's about to get his second sector time. He's gone green again. And, well, let's see what we can do. Is K-Mag going to be able to do enough to get ahead of 1 or 2 of these other drivers here? We still haven't got a sector time for Hamilton, which is annoying. K-Mag about to cross the line now. He does not... He improves his time, but not his position. So we're just waiting to see what Hamilton can do now. And, oh, look at the interval. We are so close to Bottas and Alonso and Gasly as well. Has he done enough to knock us down to P10? You have a horrible feeling that he has. He has. So it'll be P10 for Magnussen. So this is the grid for the Bahrain Grand Prix. We would have taken P10, wouldn't we, before everything started? That's not too bad at all. And he actually went faster in the other two, in the second session. Very consistent, though. But yeah, I mean, that time would have actually not made a difference, as it turns out. So, well, no, it would have. If he'd done his Q2 time, it would have put him up into 9th. But, you know, the very, very small margins. And, of course, Mick down there in 16th. So this brings us to the race. Now, we need to come up with a strategy here, don't we? So let's start with Magnussen. None of the strategies suggest a one-stop is possible, and it's Bahrain, which suggests it's probably not. I don't see a sense on going onto a hard tyre if we don't need to, so let's do strategy A for Magnussen. And as far as Mick goes, I wonder if he's a little bit further back, if we do stick him on the hard, so we can extend perhaps that second stint. And then if there's a safety car in there somewhere, it maybe gives him a few more options to take advantage of that. So I think that's what we'll try and do, but yeah, I don't know. Let's start this race, though. Oh, this is exciting, isn't it? My head's probably right in the way here, but still figuring out the best way to do this. We're underway. Let's go on board with Magnussen being our front car and see what he can do into turn 1 here. Come on, K-Mag. Just don't crash. Just don't crash. And is he going to hold position? We've got a car on our outside there. It's going to be the inside here. And that's not exactly what we wanted. We have dropped a position. But let's see if we can make that back. If we can sit just, you know, on the edge of the points. It's early days yet, isn't it? Yeah, thank you, Crofty. Yeah, what I don't want to do is use ERS too early. I'd like to, I think, to have quite a bit left late in the race so that we can kind of just chew into it if we need to. I think this early session is probably a little bit more about saving our tyres. Why is Magnussen tyres more worn? I should have checked what set he was starting on. Oh, we wouldn't have had a new set, would he, to start the race? That's why. I hope he's got a new set for that strategy, actually. This might be a bit of a first race mistake I've made here. But anyway, Mick, if we're looking at still in P16, he has not really changed anything. And we'll do the first lap on board here, and then we'll go to the mini-map. Let's see if he can... I know, I've got to try and... I feel like the IndyCar drivers with their push to pass button, like, don't use it too early. I think we'll be more than okay if we just sit here, just stalking them. Drivers, again, they're going to make mistakes. You know, we're just going to make sure that we're not the ones making mistakes here. Mick Schumacher maybe with a chance to pass further back, but yeah, there's no real opportunity there for us or for Mick. So let's go back to the mini-map here, and we can kind of see everybody there in the train of cars. We can keep an eye on intervals, of course, over here as well, except I've done that now. There, can you go away, please? There we go. And what's happened here?
Is enabled. DRS is enabled.
So DRS is enabled. Yeah, like I say, I don't think I want to... Oh, we've got Guan Yu Zhou. So Magnussen has overtaken Guan Yu Zhou. We'll have a look at the replay. Oh, and he's got him back. So it's a bit of a DRS battle going on there right now. And the reason for that, if we look here, is that they're out of DRS range to Alonso. So this is just going to go back and forth until that sorts itself out. We've got an Alpine in there as well of Ocon. And K-Mag is there now. I wonder... there's a part of me that thinks, should we be looking to defend, using ERS to defend? But, yeah, I'm not sure that we want to do that. Stroll locks up. Of course he does. Let me know, as I said, I want all the feedback I can on how you'd like to watch the races. My concern, and I have watched a lot of other guys that have been making the videos, and videos are like an hour long, and that's too long, I think. You know, even if you would end up sitting here watching an hour of it, which, to be honest, I do. We've been watching everybody's videos, but I feel like it's off-putting, knowing it's an hour-long commitment. But yeah, this is where I need your feedback of what you'd like to see and whatnot. I think later in the race, we'd be watching battles like this. Schumacher has overtaken Norris. Let's have a look at that. Go on, Mickey boy.
Watch this. There's Schumacher.
And nicely done. Nicely done. We've got, it's that Tsunoda perhaps holding up a train there. But very nicely done by Mick to get past Lando Norris there. And we'll go back. Yeah, it is Tsunoda that's holding up a bit of a train there. So if Mick can do a job, maybe he can push up towards the back of Magnussen here. As Magnussen currently sitting in 12th, but with just a bit of a three-way battle going back and forth between Ocon, Zhou, and Magnussen himself. Schumacher's got another one. He's got the other McLaren now. He's picking his way through the back markers. Bit of DRS into turn 3, round the outside. He sweeps of Danny Rick and Mick Schumacher. Well, let's see if he can go and get Tsunoda now. Has Danny Rick got him back? Has he? He might have got him back. Mick there. So it's going to go back and forth there now until they can get back within DRS of Tsunoda. As Schumacher, what's happening here? Is that K-Mag? I'm not quite sure why we've gone back to that. Are we entering pit window? Okay, so we're entering the Mick Schumacher pit window.
Who's running wide there?
Gasly has run wide. I'm wondering, actually, let me think here. Let's pit Magnussen now. His tyres are a little bit more worn, so if we pit him now, he doesn't have completely fresh tyres for the race. If we pit Magnussen now, and then we can maybe look for an undercut. What do we all think of that? That seems like something that that could be done. We've got a little bit of petrol extra as well.
That's a position gained for AlphaTauri.
All right, so let's see. Our first strategy call of the series. We've come out just in front of a battle there for is it Vettel? Let's push on a little bit here. We'll pit Mick as well, given that he's sort of right on strategy. He's going onto the hard, of course.
And we will box now. Copy for box.
And let's see. Where is Mick? I've lost him. Oh, there he is there behind Tsunoda. He gets past Tsunoda. And he's coming into the pits the same time as Yuki, but comes out behind him, and we're back with the McLarens. So that's maybe not worked out for Mick, has it? We're going to have to just go back to a balance. We're losing a bit too much petrol there now, using too much with Magnussen.
Sounds like someone's locked up.
Tsunoda's locked up. That should have let... Where's Mick? 14th. I've lost him on the track here. There's Magnussen. So Mick Schumacher's sort of in behind Denny Rick. He's now in front of Denny Rick. And K-Mag is in a battle for 7th at this point. He has come out roughly where he was, but much closer to those in front. Russell, Alonso, Gasly, Zhou, ourselves, and Ocon. All essentially in a train. Let's see what K-Mag can do. Can he pick his way through that train? Oh, where's he got Gasly? Not quite. No, he has got Gasly up to P9. And unfortunately, we're just in a bit of a DRS train here where it's going to be... Can we use that to defend? Let's use a bit of DRS of ERS here. Let's use some ERS and try and push up to the back of Alonso. We're just outside of DRS range there. Guan Yu Zhou has moved up now to 9th.
Position gained for Alfa Romeo.
And we don't want to burn through too much of this ERS. And Alonso is kicked clear again.
Haas with an overtake.
And Magnussen has overtaken Gasly up to P9. A virtual safety car.
Copy.
Now, unfortunately, it doesn't really suit either of us, does it? How long to go in this race? No, it doesn't work, does it? I was thinking maybe if we put Mick onto a hard compound, maybe that might work to go to the end. And just a little bit of a holding pattern, isn't it? Albeit a very exciting one with the K-Mag battle. What if we go and have a look on board at this? See what's going on. We're sort of lap 36 now. We've got 2 Alpines, we've got an Alfa Romeo and a Toro Rosso, and you suspect that this might be the teams that we're battling in the constructors as well. So if we could nick some points off them here, that would be a fairly decent thing. If we go ×2 speed, so it's a little bit quicker maybe. And can we get the overtake done? No. You can see what I mean about, yeah, we used that little bit of the ERS, and it's just, it's hard to get it to come back. I mean, we get harvest, but I think if we harvest, we just find ourselves losing out in this particular battle. And here we go again, everybody with the DRS. Norris has overtaken Mick. And yeah, I mean, unless you're sort of front of the line, it is going to be difficult to get a move done, I would suspect. So I mean, it's sort of, it's as you were, really, isn't it?
Haas with an overtake.
So Schumacher gets Norris. Let's have a look here. Are we able to do something down the back straight? Yeah, I mean, it's just it's the 2 Alpines are going to go back and forth, aren't they? What we could use is if we could get a safety car, we might be able to try and come in and... That's what we got, 19 laps to go at the end of this one. Yeah, so we're just entering our pit window. I don't want to go too early, because then we might struggle to get the softs to the end. Though it is only 3 seconds to George Russell. I'm tempted. I am very much tempted to try the undercut here. I mean, it could gain us 2 positions. But you can see our tyres, we're going to start and struggle on them anyway. So I wonder if what we want to do here, we do 1 more lap. Maybe we come in, not this lap, but the next lap. Are we a chance here of getting Guan Yu? Not quite enough. Maybe if we'd used the DRS there, we could have. But if we're going to pit anyway, I don't see the sense in burning ERS for the sake of that. And then we've got, yeah, see, 3 seconds up the road. Let's see if anybody pits on the mini-map. I think the maximum on a dream day we could get is P7 for, and get past Russell. So nobody has come in that lap. I think this might be our lap to do it. If we're going to do an undercut, this is maybe the lap to do it. A soft tyre, albeit it's not a completely fresh soft tyre, can do 24 laps approximately. So we're within that window. I think we do it. I think we do it.
Box, Kevin, box.
Now the question is, do we look to do something similar with Mick Schumacher, who is in 13th now, ahead of both McLarens? No, he's not. Ricciardo's just nicked him. Yeah, I mean, Mick's not going to score points today, is he? So maybe we just let him do his thing and focus our full attention on K-Mag. Again, I don't see a point in burning up ERS this particular lap, because what we'll do is we'll look to deploy it, or not deploy, but use it to attack once we're out. Now, there are cars pitting this lap. Sainz is in. I wonder if everybody's going to come in this lap and look to prevent an undercut as much as get one like we are. Of course, both Alpines can't come in, so we should have the better of one of them. Let's hope we get a clean pit stop. Is anybody else coming in? George Russell, is he going to come in?
Great job.
And no. Okay, so we have the chance of a 3-car undercut here. We need a clean pit stop. Please and thank you. All the way down the end of the pit lane. There we are there. Come on, make it a good one, boys. Make it a good one. Oh, Jesus Christ. 3.4 seconds. I mean, it's not great, but we knew, didn't we, that our changing tyres isn't fantastic. We're going to work on that. And now, what we need to do, is that Mick? Alright, hang on, let's give us a quick pause. Schumacher, if you can just be a... Don't fight your teammate, please, mate. And we're going to push, and we're going to overtake. And we're going to really, really hope... Thank you, Mick. That K-Mag can put on a couple of really good laps here. Let's go back to the mini-map now. And see who is going to stop. Is anyone going to stop? So, yes, they're all stopping now. Does K-Mag come out in front? There's an Alpine. We've got Gasly. And we have got Guan Yu Zhou, it looks like. We're 10th. We're 10th, and we've got another car right in front of us there. And we're inside the DRS zone. And so an Ocon hasn't pitted as of yet. Obviously, because both Alpines can't pit at the same time. Now, we've got a little bit of traffic here. Is this a Williams? Is this a Williams? Get out of the way, you stupid Williams! Oh, for Christ's sake, who is that? Out of the way! Unbelievable. Oh, that might have just stuffed up any chance that we had. We're out of DRS now of Alonso. And is that going to hurt us when it, if you know, with the potential undercut of Ocon? Oh, that's unbelievable.
Is that a new race position?
Schumacher overtakes Ricciardo. Well done, mate. He's coming into his pit window as well. And is Ocon coming in? Ocon hasn't stopped. So Ocon is either going long or he is two stopping. You can see we're running out of ERS here. We'll go to neutral, but I maybe burnt a little bit too much of that. Let's see if we can get him down this back straight here. Overtake. Come on. Come on, K-Mag. Come on, K-Mag. Come on, K-Mag. Come on, K-Mag. Oh, we're just a little bit too far back. Oh, we round the outside. Oh, it's a wonderful move from Kevin Magnussen. Round the outside of Alonso. And that's another position. And if we can get the undercut on Ocon now, we could be looking at P8, which would be fantastic. Really, really good stuff, that from K-Mag. Now, let's see if he can hold him back down this straight. No, he's going to come straight back past, and we're going to play that game. All right, let's call in Mick Schumacher now. There's no point leaving him out. We're going to put a soft set of tyres on for him. He, of course, has lots and lots of fresh tyres. And Russell. Oh, we've almost nicked George Russell there. We've almost nicked George Russell. Now, is Ocon going to be one stopping here? Oh, it's a slow stop for Mick. 4.7 seconds. Yeah, Mick can afford to be a little bit more aggressive on his tyres. He can afford to be more aggressive on his fuel consumption too. And well, he can. Oh, we've got George Russell, and we're up to P7. And we've got the fastest lap of the race. Wow, K-Mag coming to life. Can he hold the position now? Russell round the outside, has a look at him. Force you onto the curb, mate. Has he done enough? No, is the short answer there. But still, P8 would be very, very nice indeed. Ocon has indeed stopped and we've jumped him. So we're in a battle, very much in a battle for P7, which I thought was Dreamland stuff. But it may not be. We're back to P9. We just need to be... How many laps have we got to go? 10 laps to go. 4 laps to go. Oh, his tyres are gone.
Okay, understood.
What's the situation?
Situation, K-Mag, is 4 laps to go, mate. You're just going to have to make this work. Alright, let's go overtake, because we've got to try and stay in this DRS range. And we're in danger of slipping out of it. It's looking as though it's going to be P9, isn't it? That was the risk. We went for the undercut. We went early on the undercut. And... well, it's come back to bite us a little bit at the end here. What we want to try and do is stay in the DRS range, so just keep Gasly and Ocon, who are battling. They're a fair ways behind us. They're unlikely to catch us. But I think we just want to make sure that we have DRS to protect ourselves from them as much as anything else. So we'll go back to the mini-map. Yeah, I mean, he's doing a decent job. We've got a chance here, you know. He's right there. We've got the overtake. He's just doesn't have the traction off the corner, does he? What can he do? Can K-Mag do anything? Are you closing?
Good job, Mick.
Closing? He just seemed to lift. Did we run out of battery power, I wonder? Schumacher and Ricciardo have had a bit of a ding-dong race, haven't they? Let's see if he can get himself close. What ideally we'd like... battery's drained. What ideally we'd probably like is for these two to take each other out. Alonso, Russell, if you'd like to... the tyres won't last long. We're going to have to ignore it. We're going to have to... We're going to have to, okay, give up everything else. We're not going to score points any higher than 9th. We just need to get these tyres home. That's what we need to do.
Is that a new race position for Haas?
There's 2 laps to go. What's happened? That's
Understood.
Mick giving up the battle with Ricciardo, it looks like. Now, is the race done? The race might be done, I think. Oh, we're down to 10th.
Was that a lock-up on the track?
Defend. Just give it everything. Give it everything. The tyres are just completely gone for K-Mag.
I have a lot of traction issues.
Okay.
We've got Gasly behind us. It is the final lap. Oh, he's right behind us. Come on, K-Mag. Let's get this point. In the end, I think if we've learned anything, it is that the undercut has consequences. All right, this is it. This is the last chance, really, that Gasly will have to overtake us. Just deploy. Just get rid of the battery. Drain the battery.
Copy that.
Come on. Have we done enough? Have we? The battery's empty. He hasn't got past us, though. Oh, this is tense, isn't it? Very, very tense indeed. Oh, come on, K-Mag. Come on, mate. Oh, dear. Gasly's having a look at him. Late on the brakes, and that should be it. Late on the brakes, and that should be it. There it is. We're coming around. It's not the 7th place we might have thought we were going to get. Get there. Come on, K-Mag. Come on, K-Mag. Oh, have we got there? The 10th we have.
Flag.
We've taken a point in the opening race of Bahrain. So there we go, we nick a point at the end, only just ahead of Gasly. If you're wondering, Schumacher didn't manage to get his win over Ricciardo, but he did move up 2 places. So well done to him, you know, that's not bad. And both cars finishing on the lead lap is very nice indeed. So there we go, that will do it for today. Let me know what you think of the strategy. Did we get it a little bit wrong perhaps? Yeah, maybe we needed to not push so early, and we will live and learn on that one, but we've taken a point, and that's not terrible, is it? But there we go. If you've enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new, of course. Give me all the feedback you can, what you didn't like, what you did like about the episode today, just so I can try and improve things as we go through here and evolve this into a little bit more of a better show. So, yeah, all the feedback you can in the comments, please. And I'll see you next time as Haas head to, where do we go next? Jeddah. Oh, that'll be exciting. Take care.